Hello, and welcome to When They Popped. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Mary, and today we are so excited to welcome one of the biggest pop groups of the early 2000s. Our guest sold over 6 million albums worldwide with hits like Upside Down, Halfway Around the World, and Floor Filler. And they toured with the likes of Britney Spears and NSYNC. After disbanding in 2004, they reunited in 2024 and just released Iconic, their first new single in over 20 years. We are so thrilled that they are back and cannot wait to learn what's next for these icons. Marie, Sarah, Donnie, and Amit, aka A-Teens, welcome to When They Popped.
Thank you.
you.
Nice.
Wow.
Thank
You guys,
you.
we are so excited to be talking to you. Mary and I looked up to you all so much growing up. You were the soundtrack to our young lives. So let's take it all the way back to 1998. You guys were formed as an ABBA tribute group, and your debut, Mamma Mia, hit #1 in Sweden for 8 weeks. Can you tell us, what was that whirlwind like?
We were not prepared at all.
No.
I mean, when we got casted for this group, I mean, we were friends before 18s was formed. We went to the same dance school. But when we got to be part of this group, we just knew that we were going to record an album with ABBA covers. We were going to do a Swedish summer tour. And that was going to be it. Like, no one ever thought that it would be as big as it became. So when we released Mamma Mia and we went straight to #1, stayed there for 8 weeks, like you said, I think everyone was just caught off guard, like we had no idea what expected. And we started to get like a lot of requests from abroad. And it was just a snowball that just became bigger and bigger and bigger quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You guys went platinum in like 22 countries. I mean, you were so young at the time. How do your young minds grasp that kind of overnight fame?
I think the simple answer is it doesn't, and you don't. And
Yeah.
you just like kind of like you're in the like tumble dryer and you're just like kind of tracking along as best as you can. It was definitely like a ride for us. I think I'm super grateful that we had each other. I think that was like one of the anchors. Like we were still like, there was the four of us. We could be goofy and play around and do our like whatever normal things, and have that as an anchor, but you can't. I mean, it's crazy. I think we traveled like 300 days a year or something like that for a couple of those years. And we were in like different countries, basically every day and like doing interviews. I mean, it was absolutely insane and amazing and insane.
And then also, I think it's just tough because, like, first of all, like we were so young. But second of all, like the first single goes to #1 and stays for 8 weeks. Like we had nothing else to compare with. While, I mean, the people at the label, I mean, like all of them had, of course, worked with artists before and tried to break artists. So for like them, it was like, this is unbelievable. Even though, of course, I mean, like we were doing covers of like the biggest songs ever written.
Yeah.
So that was like cheating, to be honest. But like, so we had nothing to compare with. So it was like, oh, I mean, like we're #1. Oh, for 1 week, for 2 weeks, 3, like 8 weeks. We're like, okay, that's amazing. But we have nothing to compare with. We don't know what it's like. You know what I mean? So like, it was just very like surreal for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's a cheeky thing to bring in like the iconic thing, but it's like I just realized now that like the first time we had #1 in Sweden was with the first single, and then like now again it's like 27 years later, and so it's like there's definitely loops being like circles being completed here and stuff, and it's like incredible, like it's a crazy privilege to be able to do this again. Yeah.
This is like fate, destiny, perfect timing, incredible. But okay, so we did read that you didn't want to do ABBA covers forever. So rumor has it that you like petitioned your own label, like as the young teenagers that you were, to make your own original music for your second studio album. You wanted to move away from the covers. So for Teen Spirit, you wanted to do original A-Teens music. Can you tell us about how that went down?
I mean, I think quite quickly because we got the success that we got with Mamma Mia. We released Super Trooper, also became a huge hit. I mean, I think both us, the label, just realized, okay, this group could be something more than just a group that covers ABBA songs. So I think quite early, they also started to like plan for us to go back into the studio and record an album with original songs. And I think we also felt like we wanted to try our own wings a little bit, you know? You had a lot of confidence for being 15, 16 years
Of
old.
course. Of course.
But it was risky. So, yeah, it was a lot of pressure that our next album was going to be a success as well.
And it was. You guys had huge hits off that album. What was that moment like when you saw that you were finding success from your own music and not just the ABBA covers? Like, that must have been so validating.
It was. And I think it opened a lot more ability to, I mean, obviously it required us to travel more and see the world and, you know, meet fans and, you know, work more. But I think the experience we got to do after that was like kind of what Marie was into, as a big snowball, because that ball it was a never ending stopping. And I think we got to tour with Britney because we were on the way to something. You know, we get to do opening for NSYNC and Britney, and, you know, we did our own tour with Aaron Carter the year after. So I think everything just kind of like evolved, and Teen Spirit was the shooting rocket for the next, you know, 3 years coming after that.
We do want to ask you about those tours, but I wanted to talk about Upside Down for a quick second, because to this day, I cannot listen to that song without getting like goosebumps, and like seeing you guys perform it now, I almost tear up. It's so nostalgic. I truly think it's a perfect pop song. Like, there's a key change, the laugh before the final chorus. Like, is this song as special to you guys as it is to us fans?
It really is. It is.
It is.
I mean, it's just amazing to hear you say that.
Yeah,
and,
it's lovely
and,
to hear that.
And
It's true.
We feel the same with the song, actually, when we perform it. It has a very special place in our hearts. I mean, it was our first original song to release, and it was received so well. And I would say, I mean, that song is like the perfect pop song.
It is.
And it really defines that special time in the pop music world. It's a true Y2K song. You know, you had to be there to understand.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank God we were there.
Yeah,
Thank
for sure.
God.
You know, you know.
I mean, it was a very special time in the world, you know, at that point. And I think when you hear that song again, it brings you back to that state of mind and that place that you were. You know, you were a teenager with your whole life in front of you. The world was a bit brighter and lighter.
Yeah, and also that that Upside Down was like the song that like kind of was deciding what 18's future was going to be like, because it was our first original song. I mean, for the label to be like, okay, are like these guys going to survive with their own songs?
Yeah.
Or like, was this just because of the ABBA? So I think that song means a lot to us. Like in so many ways. And it was such a proud moment for us to feel like we were our own group, so to speak, which was a very special feeling.
And it went like 2 times platinum. So you really showed any of the potential naysayers what you guys are capable of. So back to what you mentioned earlier, Sarah. You guys toured with Britney, NSYNC, Aaron Carter. Do you have any favorite memories from these tours? Any behind the scenes stories that we fans may be surprised to hear?
I remember just like the first time that we got into the first show we were going to have with NSYNC. It was our first show in the US, and we came into MGM Grand for sound check.
In Las Vegas.
Oh.
It was like, at that time, that was the biggest venue in Vegas. And we came in there. I was like, wait a minute. Are we going to be on this stage tonight? You know, that was...
I think they were sound checking on stage as well. Weren't they like on stage, the guys? And like Justin was playing the drums and they were like, hi, you know.
Yeah, and they kept running around with like kick bikes. Like that was a thing back then.
Yeah.
So we were like almost run over by Justin on a kick bike. But
also, I remember when our manager told us that we were going to go on tour with them. I think we were at an airport. So this was not like, everything happened so quickly all the time. So it was us like on our way to the US, and I think we were in London or something. And we found out, you guys, you're going on tour with this group NSYNC. You're going to do shows in the US. And we're like, NSYNC, who are that? Like, we didn't know, because in Europe at this time, NSYNC was not big. It was all about
it was all Backstreet Boys. Yeah.
Sure.
And I think this was like November or something. So we went to a record shop at the airport to just pick up a CD with them to see who are these guys. And it was like a Christmas album that they had, you know. So we bought that and we listened and we were like, okay.
I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
I mean, like, nice with those shows.
Yeah,
Like,
that
who are
would be
these
fun.
guys?
So like, and then we landed in LA and we met up with this guy who was 1 year older than us, who was going to be our choreographer. He was going to teach us some new routines for these shows. And he was Wade Robson, and he later became like the biggest choreographer. And I remember him, he was just like a wonder child, dancing. And he showed us some moves that he thought we were going to do. And we were like, okay, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Super cool.
Well,
Would you
we
do that?
did them, and he was like,
And we tried.
"No, okay,
And
I'm
then
not
we
going to do that."
Yeah.
You get another
Yeah.
move. Yeah.
When he watched us doing it, and he was like, I think I will alternate that move
Yeah.
with something else,
What's wrong with that?
We tried. We did our best.
tried.
I think,
tried our
to
best.
meet his expectations of us.
Mm.
Yeah. But then
I mean,
also,
legendary.
I remember when we were on tour with Britney. I mean, at this time, Britney was the biggest artist in the world. She was at, the top of the top. She was everywhere. She was on every cover of every magazine. You turn on the TV, she was there. So she was working super, super, super hard all the time. Between being on stage, she was always working. I mean, she was somewhere else, maybe having photo shoots, doing TV shows, promoting herself all the time. But I think I don't remember where we were exactly, but I think we were like, it feels like we were on a mountain or something. It was amazing.
Seattle,
You
the
remember
gorge. Yeah.
that? Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was there for once, like before the show. She had time to like hang out with her dancers and everything. And it was just surreal to see her in person. And she was so sweet. She was so perfect. She was like this little perfect doll. Yeah, I remember what she wore. She had like a pink top.
Like, Maria has a great memory. I am like, yeah, I just remember we were on tour with Britney. It was amazing. But detail.
Yeah, but then we got to meet her at another time to take like a picture with her, and she signed like autographs for us. And she was just super sweet. And seeing her on stage every night, I mean, she killed it on stage. Like, she was so amazing and inspiring on the stage. It was just such an honor to share the stage with her in those arenas. Yeah, one of my biggest highlights in life, I would say.
Wow.
Definitely.
Iconic. We're going to keep dropping the name of your new single throughout this conversation, I'm sure, because everything about you guys is literally iconic. So we are When They Popped. We love to ask our guests, what was that moment that you felt like you popped off, a career high, or you had like a holy shit moment? I can't believe this is my life right now. I'm sure it's different for all of you, but is there one moment that sort of stands out to you where you were like, wow, that was a defining moment for us?
I think for me, like the first time when I felt like, oh, this feels like this is something that we will be able to do for a while because it's really started to grip like globally. That was when we did the music video for Dancing
Exactly.
Queen.
I was going to say that. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
With Paul
which we did
Gleason.
in outside Los Angeles in like a
In school, like a high school.
yeah. I don't remember the name of it. Probably you do.
Pasadena, I think, somewhere.
Oh.
But that was the first time, like for me, where I felt like, wow, this is like for real.
Yeah, it
You know,
felt,
I mean, like it felt like a
exactly.
movie because we had like our own trailers.
It felt like we were in, MTV making the video.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
You know?
That show. It was
Yeah.
like,
I mean, it felt like it was like 100 people running around with those headsets. Like, okay,
Yeah.
guys, the Maria go this, do
Everybody-
this,
everybody-
dancers this way. Like we have 4 cranes coming that way. Move aside, like close that row down for this shot, or it was just like, wow, this is like serious.
yeah, that was, I would say the same
So
actually.
yeah, that was like one of those moments that you kind of like dream about when you're a kid, like, oh my God, it would be so cool to do like a music video for MTV. That was that moment.
Yeah.
Like the pinch me type of moment.
We had quite a few of those, like,
Yeah, for sure.
you think but you have no idea kind of thing. So when you show up, like in Chile, we
Yeah.
were told on the plane, are you quite popular here? So there might be some people outside the airport. And we got there and it was like, like all these people, like we had
There's
to go
thousands of
back
people that-
roads and like, it was mental. We went to Japan, that had people walking by us the whole time. We were singing on Japanese in a karaoke TV show. Like there was a lot of weird things that was going on that just we didn't grasp, I think, at the time. It's just when we start talking about it more now that we actually like, holy crap, that was quite big. And, you know, it was quite surreal things that happened that we didn't really grasp at the time. But I think now it's like, yeah, that's out there.
And also,
that's a bit crazy.
Also, like one moment that was crazy that I remember so well is that because we had done like a Coca-Cola campaign. So we were on like 20 million Coca-Cola cans in like Thailand. And this was like, I don't know, like 2001 or something. 2003 or 4, I went to Thailand with like a friend. And we went to Koh Chang, which is a small, tiny island on the east coast of Thailand. And we go into this little, like it's literally banana leaves that is actually like the roof of like this little, and like they had one, like, they had one refrigerator where they had like some drinks in, and then they sold like cigarettes. Like that's basically what they sold. And it was in the middle of nowhere. And they sold like coconuts and some mangoes and fruits. and like my friend goes in there, grabs like a Coke bottle, and this is literally like 3 years later. And I am on the Coke can.
Wow.
I'm on a Coke can, like in the jungle, literally. That was like, this is just madness.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. I think we've had a lot of those moments where it was like, wow, like pinch me, you know?
Yeah.
Very blessed.
You guys are incredible. And we have to talk about the comeback because you guys are back. And in 2024, you reunited at, and I'm sorry if I say this wrong, Melodifestivalen?
So good.
Good job.
Close.
Yeah,
Okay.
well done. Yeah.
And if I'm understanding this correctly, this is Sweden's Eurovision selection show. And so the winner represents Sweden at Eurovision in May. And this is like a huge deal. So 2024, you guys came back. What was it like that first time being back together after 20 years in 2024?
I mean, it was absolutely surreal, I think. I think Marie kind of pulled us together for like a chat in the fall of 23 and like kind of saying like, hey, it's 25 years next year. Like we should do something. And we were all like, oh yeah, we should have a dinner, or like maybe we can pull together all the people that we used to work with, or like, you know, reminisce or like whatever. And like I would, for myself at least, like at that moment, I wasn't really thinking of actually doing something, like actually getting together. And then like I think early on, there was a joke about the Eurovision because I was going to be in Sweden the next year. And then like a month goes by and then we get an email from like SVT, which is the public television in Sweden. And they say like, hey, would you come? We would love to celebrate you and your 25th anniversary. Would you come and do a performance? And I think up until that moment, I would have said, absolutely not a chance in hell. 18th is a closed chapter. I would absolutely not do it, you know, for various reasons, but also for like just to protect the legacy. I mean, we left it at a particular point and like we're very particular about like really protecting that and like caring for that legacy. And then for some reason it was like this, I had this feeling of like a high school, like someone was asking you out moment and like you didn't really have the courage to say yes. And so it's just like, are you gonna say no? Like I don't know, like are you gonna do it? Like, and so we had that.
Do you want to do it? I don't know.
Like we'll see.
You hang up first.
And then eventually someone's like, are we doing this? Like we're doing this. And then it was like all in and like showing up for that rehearsal week. And like we re-recorded some backing vocals. And like we also had a documentary team actually following us around. And so there's actually a really great documentary about sort of our journey back and coming back together. And I think all of those three things was just amazing. I remember sort of after the show and like after the fact and like having come off stage and I've been like in that moment of like that intensity and just feeling like, whoa, like this needs to be more. Like we need to find a way to continue, you know, and that's been the thing there. But one of the things that stands out for me is also like, other than the moment of like not really wanting to make the decision and like making sure, it was just that promise to each other to like, okay, like we're doing this for each other. Like we're doing this for us. Like let's just have fun. Let's take care of each other. Let's just do things that we believe in. Let's not care about what the world says we should do or whatever. Let's just bring back that era, bring back that nostalgia and bring back that joy that we had and that we were feeling. And I think that's what I'm the most proud of, that we've stayed true to that promise since.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so special. And I mean, the fans went crazy. I mean, I can speak for myself. I was watching it on YouTube from over here. Like you got such an incredible fan response after reuniting. And then you went on the Generation Tour. How did it feel reuniting with your fans out on tour? You know, many who had waited so long for this, just after so many years.
when we did that like halftime show performance in Melodifestivalen 2 years ago, we were just shocked that people flew from all over the world to see us 5 minutes on stage. I mean, we could not have dreamt that they would do that after all these years. We were like in tears when we met a lot of our fans at the hotel that we stayed at. And, you know, to meet them again after all these years and see also what this means to them and like to hear the stories, their stories, you know, what we have meant to them in a lot of different ways was just like, it was so much love and it meant so much for us. And the response that we got after that performance was also like, we never could have imagined that people would want more of us after all these years.
And then like also like, especially because, I mean, like just like we said, that we had done this decision from like a place where we did it for each other. And even though, of course, we want to do it for our fans, we didn't expect anything because, I mean, I can speak for myself. When I've seen like bands come back together, I'm like, guys, you know,
they should have just stayed away.
yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Like, don't touch that, you know?
You shouldn't have.
Yeah. But to get that response, you know, just from, I mean, just like I said, Marie, like just from the fans and just see what like an impact, not just the 18s have like meant for us but to like people around the world that we've never met. And even though like we know that we were a pop group, we released songs that people heard and we had people coming to concerts. But when you actually meet them and they come to a 5-minute performance in Malmö, which is like a small little town in Sweden, to see it for 5 minutes, and they come from like, you know, Cape Town, Seattle, Chile, Mexico, like from all over the world. We were like, this is absolutely insane. And then also how like we felt after like those 5 minutes, and me is like, this is how good it felt. This is the response we get. Like, shouldn't we do like, now we need to do more.
Yeah. It's not going to end here.
Good feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
Really.
Okay, speaking of not letting it end there, let's talk about your new single, your first in over 20 years, Iconic. Tell us how this was the song to be the first single.
Yeah. I mean, like we've talked about, we have been so protective of our legacy and how we left things and everything. But over these past 2 years, we've been touring a lot and we have absolutely loved that. And we didn't want to stop doing that. But if we would want to continue, we would have to take another step. And that step was to release new music. So we started kind of opening that box last summer, talking about it quite carefully. And then we got our record label presented this song to us. And it's written by some of the biggest like songwriters, especially like if you are listening to Melodifestivalen, they are legends. And they had written a song for us, especially for us. And yeah, we listened to that and it was it. I mean, we didn't really know what we were going to sound like today. I mean, it was hard for us to pinpoint, you know, how would an 18 song sound like today? I mean, we want to have our 18's DNA with us. We're super proud of that. And also we wanted to have that for our fans and for ourselves, but we had to bring it in 2026. And I mean, we are not 15, 16 anymore. And sometimes
in our hearts.
they nailed it. Yeah. I mean, they knew it before we did. I mean, that this song was it for us. We had to process it a little bit because it was just hard to get in that mind space that we were going to record a new song again.
Yeah. And I mean, like that would never have happened just from taking this like 20 plus years break, going straight into a new song. Like it had to happen the way it did with, you know, performing and doing that medley at like celebrating our 25th anniversary at Melodifestivalen 2 years ago. Then getting like, oh, shouldn't we do some shows? So we did some shows. And that made us start to be like, oh, wait, should we start a conversation about maybe making new songs? Because it would never have gone from zero to new songs. So, I mean, like it was like a, you know, step-by-step process, which felt really good because then we also got to get to know each other once again and like get a feel for like each other and how much we love spending time with each other and just because, I mean, there's so much more than just being on stage that hour or that, like, you know, with all of the traveling and like, that's why I think that has been our strength too, because our like personal connection has been so strong. And I think groups in general usually lack of that, you know, but just because we have always stayed such good friends and we worked so great together, like personality wise, I think that has been one of our like biggest strengths, you know, so.
And we didn't expect, I mean, Iconic to blow up the way it did. You know, we were kind of like, okay, now it's released. What's going to happen? And then everyone's like, oh, okay.
It was like shooting over your shoulder, like, ooh, you're like, did we hit it? Or did we miss?
I mean, we're still surprised that, you know, it's streamed still. I mean, we're week second in the Melodifestivalen. There's going to be more songs. There's going to be, you know, the new is new. There's always going to be new songs that top the list, you know, but we're still hanging on there. Iconic is a great song, you know, it will last. It's not going to go away anytime soon, I think. And I hope that, you know, our song will bring joy and, you know, the I can do anything mantra, because I think that's what we need today, really.
Absolutely. We've been waiting. We've been waiting in the wings for this comeback, and it was like a triumphant return for you all. It sounds like you, but like you said, more mature. It threads the line of back then and now so beautifully.
Nice. That's great.
So, Sarah, you're making us think, like, what can we expect next from 18s? Should we expect more music? Basically, Mary and I just want to know, when are you guys coming to the U.S.? Because we need to plan our lives around it.
We would love to come back to the U.S.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So we hope that that's going to happen. Okay. And I mean, now we've opened the box with new music, you know? So
can't stop now.
Music is coming.
More music is coming.
Good.
Yes. And the US is on our list of countries we hope to visit within the next year or so. So I think we need to just calculate our logistics and look over the schedules. But I hope we'll be in the US within a year or so.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Well, that is incredible. We just wanted to ask about kind of your look. You've really embraced the Y2K aesthetic in your performances. Like, there's like a pink pants. You wear pink pants that look incredible. The shiny.
Oh my God.
Was this like conscious to lean into the nostalgia, or does it just feel like authentic to who 18s are? Like, what would you say?
I think when we went on tour last year, we started to like think of how we would look on stage. It was definitely a conscious decision that we were going to flirt with the Y2K era. I mean, we were going to perform our old material. We wanted to like reminisce that. So yeah, we definitely wanted to flirt with that time.
We love it.
You're feeding us. We're obsessed. Every time we see a new visual of you guys, we're like,
now it's just so fun to see how like young people dress today. Like they are embracing the whole Y2K thing, and we're like,
makes you feel old, you know?
Yeah, we're like,
we did the originals.
But that didn't happen, you know? I mean,
when I'm like, oh, those sneakers, like I had them, and they're like, these are new. I'm like, no, they're not.
No, they're not.
They're like 25.
There's an old model.
No, they're like coming back. Like Nike, like re-releases some. I'm like, oh my God, I'm old.
Everything's coming back. Well, speaking of your looks, we pulled some photos from the archives of your old looks.
Okay.
And we were hoping that you might be able to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 for us. 10 being iconic and 1 being, I don't know what we were thinking there.
Okay.
All right. Probably both will be like, oh my God.
Oh.
Like what we're thinking.
For those of you who are listening, make sure to head to our YouTube, our Instagram, or our TikTok to see these incredible images that 18s are reacting to. What comes to mind when you see this image?
I like that ladder in there. Like,
I like how you guys are
so relaxed, working with the props.
Oh my God. I remember working with the props. Okay, this is from the video shoot of Kind of Falling in Love. Yeah, it says there. I mean, I think this is quite an iconic look. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I still like that look. I remember
me too.
So proud.
You girls look so cute.
But I remember I loved that look so much. So I think for me, like, I can just speak for myself. I think this is still nice. I mean, we don't look weird here. I mean, right?
No, I think this captures
you look
like,
some proper 2000s.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, like the three of you look
you
cool.
Look
but like
cute.
everything from like my watch there, like I actually remember that watch, like the thick leather band in
I
it.
remember
whatever.
those. Yeah.
And then those
Just
jeans
embrace
and that like D squared tank.
I
don't
would
know,
give
like,
this an
I don't know.
8. I would give this
An
an 8.
8.
8,
Nice.
solid
Yeah.
8. You guys, this music video was so iconic because you're playing with puppies. Like, how did
I
that become a part of the storyline?
puppies.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God, they
love
were
the puppies. That was like the best part.
I remember watching this music. It was on, like every other video on Disney Channel. And I would see, I'd be like, 18s are the luckiest people in the world. Like,
Oh.
they're just going to the
I
Lilo
think
and
that's
Stitch
how I
premiere.
felt.
Right.
Sitting around
Yeah,
all those puppies.
yeah, like playing with puppies. It's
Yeah,
like the two best things.
What else? Look 2, are we ready?
Oh,
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
I'm not sure.
Oh.
You know, we have the
Yeah.
kind
The
of
red
from,
carpet.
or for the Little
And
movie.
and I think like that the makeup artist was like, I think I'm gonna paint Donnie as a clown.
You look like
Oh,
you're going to
right.
the Twilight movie.
Yeah,
Donnie.
yeah.
Wasn't this the award show, maybe?
You were a vamp.
Yeah, let me see.
Nickelodeon
It
Awards.
was.
Oh, yeah, this was the Kids' Choice Award.
Yes.
Make a little-
Kids'
Yeah.
Choice Awards, yeah.
Okay, I look like an. Do I like? No, it's like
A
giving
golden
me
skirt.
old lady vibes with the bag.
And Mit's
and
look
the,
is badass though.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
like
pretty good.
I remember
I'm
that
happy with me.
sweater.
And I was
Yeah, I
so
remember it.
sick at that show. Like, I was incredibly.
You were sick. Like I am the one that like looks like I need some antibiotics or something.
I kind of like my outfit here, but
You're cute.
I mean, the top would go. The top would probably be able
Yeah,
to wear.
Amit is killing it.
Not so
Yeah,
much.
But as a
Yeah,
whole,
for me, like the whole dimension, like if I look at the top, yeah, that's cute, but the skirt, wrong length, bag, I don't fucking know. And then my hair was straight when I went there, but it was so hot, so it started
So
to
hot.
curl up.
Mm.
But I
Really
don't know.
warm that
I
day.
would give this a 6 for me.
yeah,
I don't know.
that's what I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah,
too.
6 is fine. Yeah.
I mean,
As a whole.
or like I
Yeah.
think it ends up with like a 4.5 because
Okay, let's
I
do
am
the
like
5.
a 2.
Okay,
so
let's
like
do
I will
5.
just bring down the score.
Let's do 5 then. We'll meet in the
Five.
middle.
5.
5. 5.
5.
Take an average.
Yeah, take an
Okay.
average of everyone.
We can do one more.
Oh.
Boom.
Da, da, da.
That's a legendary because that picture was around a lot. Like
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, I remember those
I don't know what-
outfits.
I just remember that I loved that, but I don't know what it was. It was with me and those like overprinted
It was
tops.
a time. It was
It was a
like-
time, it's an era.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chris-
yeah.
yeah,
It was
like Von Dutch. That's that era.
Yes.
And I mean, I think, okay, the outfits. I mean, it's not that special actually. The picture itself is like iconic picture,
Yes.
but if I just look at the outfits, they're not very fun actually. Like that dress, nah. I
You're
don't
all
know.
like serving face, though. Like, you are
We
serving
are
face.
serving face. Yeah,
We're
our
like too cool for
facial
ourselves.
expression.
Yeah, like-
We're
Trying so
feeling it.
hard,
We're
we're
so
absolutely
cool.
dying inside.
Yeah.
We sold the butter and lost the money. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
old Swedish
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
Okay, if we just go for looks, then what do we say?
Oh, I don't think this is more than like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
3
Oh,
maybe.
and looks. But the
But
whole
face
picture.
is 100%.
Better clothes. Okay, let's just say that.
Right.
The picture is great, but clothes not so much.
It's
We are
still
doing the face,
iconic.
though.
Oh,
It is.
Oh my
The
God.
facial expression is iconic, I think, and that everyone's like,
All of
Agreed.
these are a 10 out of 10 in our book. We love them. Also, your original album cover with the all white, like so
Mhm.
iconic.
Yeah.
All the imagery. When we think of early 2000s fashions, we think of 18s.
Oh,
We
that's so
do.
sweet. Love that.
Nice.
Love that.
Again, we were just so excited for the opportunity to get to speak with you all. Truly, bucket list
Thank you
guests for
guys
us.
so
So
much.
tyour
Oh,
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys
Thank
so much for your
much.
time.
We are crossing our fingers. And
Oh,
whenever you
yeah.
guys come to the
We
US,
wish us luck.
really hope so. We
we
really
will be
be
at every
there.
show, genuinely. Front row in the sparkly Y2K outfits.
Love
Yes.
it. Love it. Looking forward
Do
to
it.
it.
Okay, that was our conversation with 18s. Now it's just me and Mary debriefing. I feel a little shaky because I
Oh
just,
my God.
when I tell you, we both like listened to their music nonstop and they were just the birthday party anthem. I wanted to be an 18 more than anything when I was
Right?
growing up, and they're just so lovely. We felt their warmth towards each other, and I loved hearing them talk about how they're all about honoring the legacy and honoring each other and all the work that they put in as young kids. How special to get the opportunity to talk to them and hear them reminisce about those moments, but also like be so energized and excited to come back to it.
That's like, I feel like we made the right people famous. And so everybody needs to stream Iconic and cheer for them on, oh my God.
You did such a great job. Melodifestivalen.
Melodifestivalen. Oh my gosh. Crushed it.
We know Swedish now.
So just a reminder, they are participating in this festival now. They have made it to the finals. They could qualify for Eurovision if they win. So dear listeners, please make sure you support the 18s. We can vote. We can vote for them. But yeah, I just was really nervous to meet them because I do feel like they were just such a pivotal. Some of their songs I really listened into the ground, like without a doubt. So what a cool moment for us, Kels. That was awesome.
2 years ago, we did an episode on 18s when they came back in 2024. And we were like, oh my God, like we need to get them on the pod.
I feel like
a dream guest. And I mean, Mary did the Lord's work to get them on here. 2 years later, it happened. So they manifested a comeback. We manifested an interview with them. And now we're manifesting them coming to the US and on another world tour so we can see them again and be front row, because that would be so. All I wanted to do was be in an 18s music video growing up.
I wanted to be their friends. I was like, the girls are friends with boys. Like, I just liked that it was a mixed group. I thought it was so cool.
And just the warmth towards each other. And it was just so special to talk to them. So iconic. Like, we overuse that word, I feel like, but we also don't, because
not with them.
Is genuinely if anyone deserves the title iconic, it's 18s. They're also being very humble about their Chile experience, because I saw in another interview they were like, yeah, we outsold the Beatles in some South American countries. Like, they were huge, and I don't think people appreciate that enough. So we hope you guys enjoyed our conversation with 18s. Keep an eye out for them. Make sure you're following them and all of their great adventures. They have an amazing social media presence. They're always posting really fun throwback content. And make sure that you're following us at When They Popped Pod. We'll be posting some really fun clips from today's conversation. And thank you to 18s. I mean, what a dream.
Wow.
What a
What a dream. So grateful, and grateful for you, dear listeners. Thanks so much for listening.
Yeah, you guys are the ones who make it happen. So we appreciate you all. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.